Welcome to my MrBeast gaming server competition, building competition. This is my plot. I guess I'll just run through it. But these are the welcome signs, I guess, for the build. I said it's a Star Wars story. That's, I guess, the name. Very creative. And then I kind of hinted at like who's really in control. And you'll see that in a minute. But then like start at the back right speeders from this front of the plot. So you can kind of see a quick overview, I guess, flying around it. And you can kind of see the themes of Hoth, the snow, Mustafar, and then Camino, obviously. And then this over here just kind of like the speeders, I guess, not necessarily a specific planet, maybe Coruscant or something where they're racing like the speeder, for example, the Bosk and Kenobi Anakin scene. But basically, and then this obviously right here is Slave 1 versus, or chasing, following Kenobi as they leave Camino, kind of, and then the Death Star is sitting there. So yeah, I'll go first, I guess, into I'll start at the back right where, you know, you're supposed to start in theory. So these are the two speeders, Kenobi Anakins, and then Bosk, or, you know, the shapeshifter, or that's not the shapeshifter, but they didn't have the shapeshifter's head, so I just went with Bosk. But it's kind of that same like scene, I guess. And then this is just a random like cave, I guess, transition into the underground, like they're flying into the cave like it's a highway or something. And then this is just a stupid sign, like enter if you dare. And then ideally you'd place like a minecart, but I can't place a minecart, but hopefully they can, while they're, you know, an admin going through it, like judging it, they can place their own minecart and go. But yeah, so you place a minecart here. If you can't place a minecart, then it's fine, I guess. But this is just like a little cave, and then it kind of transitioned into the tube under Camino. Like in Bad Batch, we see the tube going towards Camino, or the secret tunnel, I guess. And then I guess like you use your minecart to get to here, and then kind of ideally go up to see Camino, and then you can kind of continue on the track. But so let's go up into Camino. You can kind of see this is under the Camino, and it's the tube right there, under the water. And then this is the barracks and armory barracks, and just a bunch of clones, I guess, suited up with Rex and some of his guards or something, or Camino guards. Then this over here is the forge, just kind of like a cool like little fire melting place, to make all their materials and metals and stuff to produce their armor and their weapons and stuff. And then just some kind of like decorations around, I guess. And this side goes to the like kind of Limasu's lab, and patient number 0, obviously Jango Fett. And they didn't have like his actual face besides the helmet, so I just had to use the helmet, which is fine. But then like the little test chambers where they're kind of like incubating them, or growing them, developing the clones, I guess. And yeah, so that's that. And then you can see it's all connected and kind of enclosed. I'll get to the rest in a minute. And then you just kind of like come back down here and walk, or continue walking towards this build, which is a Hoth Wampa cave. You can kind of see it just connects with the tube, and which also connects to the speeders over there. So it's all, I tried to make it transition like you can go through each of the builds, or each of the parts. And so this is obviously Luke Skywalker encountering the Wampa. This is my best creation of a Wampa monster that he encounters. It looks kind of funny, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't really know how to make a large monster. I can't use a big armor stand, obviously. And then there's just some decoration around the cave, and this just says, you know, Luke encounters the Wampa monster on Hoth. And then if you go outside, it's obviously the cave, but you can see some like rebel soldiers on Hoth fighting some Imperial snowtroopers and such, just kind of all around. And it's just like a hilly mountain place. And then this is a snow walker with like a pilot inside of that, or a commander, I guess, of it, marching on the rebels. And then after that, I guess you just come to Mustafar, which is sort of the end of the build. I mean, I guess there's Death Star, which I'll go into in a second, and the flying slave and Kenobi, but um, this is obviously the Mustafar scene where, you know, Anakin versus Kenobi, and Anakin obviously eventually loses the fight and turns into Darth Vader, but this is like, I guess, before he dies or loses his legs. Um, and this is just kind of Kenobi saying, "It's over, Anakin. I had the high ground," and you can see all the detail around with the lava planet and the floating rocks and glass. The glass doesn't look that good, but whatever. And then there's this ship, which is Emperor Palpatine, kind of coming in like he's gonna pick up the remnants of Anakin, which he'll obviously transform into Darth Vader. And so this is just kind of like a stupid little text. Are you really in control? Look up. And then this is kind of the meme, I guess, or the twist that I had with the whole thing. If you look up, it's obviously a giant pixel art of very old MrBeast video with the giant Asian sticker behind him, kind of always looming behind MrBeast and just on the wall, I guess. And MrBeast would like make him talk and make him angry or something, like, "I'll get revenge on you at some point." And I can pull that up here. Like, these are the old videos. Yeah, I hope I can expose you one day. I'll have my revenge and stuff like that. So he's in theory the master of the dark side of, you know, he's more powerful than Palpatine or Darth Vader or any of those guys in this obviously kind of creative theme that I did. And then yeah, so these are the slave versus the Kenobi ship over Camino, which is still kind of part of the Camino build, but the rocks and stuff that are being blown up as they're trying to swerve in between them and sort of navigate them. And then the Death Star, unfortunately, like the competition ended in terms of building, so I can't use the lever to get in, but there's a secret entrance. Don't tell Luke. Like, this is kind of before the end movie where Luke Skywalker encounters his, you know, father Darth Vader and Palpatine. So this is like the end in terms of the timeline, the end of the build. You can kind of see in here. This is Palpatine or Sidious, whatever you prefer, and the kind of the walkway, like you walk in and it's just this giant path and the spires and stuff that kind of go into a pit where Darth Vader will eventually throw Palpatine. And then kind of Palpatine's royal guards or whatever, and then that's Vader right there. You can kind of see right there with his helmet, the side of his helmet at least. But yeah, and then below this, the throne room, I guess, is the spires, and they kind of come from the ground. But then you see like the laser, the planet destroyer, and there's a little bit of stuff I can kind of try and show you in here, which is basically just like some clones and stuff. There's a clone there, and they're kind of operating the gun, like they're about to shoot it, or in the process of shooting it in this instance. Like they're forming it, like the little lasers all come together, and then it shoots one consolidated, like strong, powerful energy beam weapon thing. So yeah, that's the Death Star. Other than that, I guess like that's the giant Asian sticker pixel art, which took a while to build. It's pretty decently large. It's like 2,000 blocks or something that I had to place, and it's just kind of, as you get closer, you can kind of see it's a mix of all kinds of different blocks. And yeah, but that's MrBeast, obviously, sitting in his little gaming chair. At the time, this was like 4 years ago at least, and then Asian sticker kind of on the wall behind him. But yeah, so that's the build, and that's my entry, and yeah.